everyone. Welcome. Happy Thursday, everybody. It is another live stream of ArtSnacks Ink Challenge with, hiding my name here, with Toxic Moxie, which is me, or Meg. That's my real name. I'm so excited to be spending my Thursday night making art with you guys. Hello, everybody. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Lizette. Welcome. Hello, Pisces Illustrations. Welcome to the live stream. We are going to have a spooky, cute time tonight. As always, I always deliver the spooky cute for you guys, or at least I try to. I try my best. Hi, Crafting Cabana. Hello. So, today we're going to be doing some more ink. I just want to congratulate everybody who's been following along and doing the ArtSnacks Ink Challenge this month, because we are officially over halfway done now. So give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a gold star. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. And we're over halfway through. And I am so proud of myself, because it is very hard to do a month-long challenge for anyone who's done it. It is very, very hard. And I am proud of myself, and I am proud of all of you guys. Whether you've done every single one, or just once a week, or just every once in a while, give yourself some, kudos for doing it at all. However much you do it, that's an accomplishment, and it's all about making art, and that's what we're here to do. So if you made art at all this month, whether you're following this prompt list or you're doing another prompt list, that's awesome. And I'm so excited and happy to be here with you guys to do another one of the prompts. So let's get started. Let's move my little pretzel ghost. We'll put him over here. All right. So today on our prompt list, mine has, you can tell this has seen some action because it's got ink all over it. So today we have plant shelf. And I don't know about you guys, but I made this prompt because I have several plant shelves. I have a lot of plants. And I have to find places to put them up high so they're all on shelves, because my cat will eat them. She loves to eat plants. She doesn't care if they're poisonous or not. So today we are doing plant shelf. Woohoo! Day 19. I cannot believe it. So let me get started with showing you my sketch with some preliminary line work done with the ink, just because there's a lot going on and I wanted to make sure that I at least had some of it done beforehand, because I didn't want to spend the whole live stream trying to just do the line work on this guy. There's a lot of stuff going on. So we've got, of course, my ghosts. They're in the whole month is just ghosts for me, which I have found to be very helpful trying to do all 31 days, because I at least know one of my characters. I'm going to have my one character, and I'm just figuring out how am I going to put them into a situation for that prompt. So this is what I have. I got my ghosts, and I have my three little smaller cat ghosts. I don't know what they are at this point. We don't know. And then I've got my shelf with plants, but also other stuff on it, because, but we got tons of plants. Because I don't know about you guys, but my bookshelves have books and little, knickknacks and trinkets and plants, and they're kind of they got a whole bunch of stuff. So, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do, very carefully, as I always say. I'm going to take my giant, look at this guy, my giant eraser so I can start erasing, because I don't know if you can see, but all of my very hard pencil marks are on there, and I don't expect them all to erase, but we're going to try to erase as much as we can. Let's see. What did we decide they were called last time? Spookettes? I think that was one of them. We had a couple different names, and I haven't decided officially yet. But we do need to name these little guys, right? Maybe not individual names, but what species of ghosts are they? I do like spookettes though. That is cute. Cause they're mini spooks. You know, they're little mini spooky guys. All right, so we're gonna try to erase, and as always, not rip the paper. I think the worst I've done so far is I bent one of my pages a little bit because I got a little too rough with my eraser, but knock on wood, we're not gonna rip the paper today. And I know I'm not going to get all of my lines up because I redrew parts of this like several times. So there was a lot of erasing that was already done on this page. This poor page. I feel like this paper deserves a gold star today because of how much I've already erased on it and redrew and erased, and it's holding up. So good job, paper. You deserve a gold star today as well, along with everybody else, because we're doing the art. We've made it over halfway. I can't believe it's the 19th already, to be honest with you. I was looking at my prompt list and I'm like, how are we on day 19 already? We'll do a little more. I'm definitely gonna have to sweep because I just brushed that all on the floor, but that's okay. Because as I say, if I'm not making a mess, I'm not doing art. Unless I'm doing digital art, and then I guess I would really have to be trying hard to be making a mess. Yeah, that's about as good as we're gonna get. There are some lines that are just not gonna go. And that is why I started using a light colored lead. And I think I showed you guys this the last time, but for people who weren't here the last two times, let me see, I gotta dig through my stuff. This is what I'm using. This is what I've been using the whole month for my sketches. It is Uni. They're erasable colored leads. These ones are the lavender ones. I have them in like a whole rainbow of colors that I haven't tried yet, but I started with lavender at the beginning of the month, and I really like it because even when I draw really hard, which I normally do, I sketch very hard, I can at least erase most of it, and it's light, so I can kind of like hide it when I take a picture of the art, and I can kind of bring the brightness up, and all that line work gets hidden. All right, so let's see. We're gonna need, so the first thing I'm gonna do on this, and I'm gonna go over this a couple times with line work, but we got our thicker nib. This is I think this is a zebra. So I have that one I'm gonna use. Don't mind the clanging. I have all of my ArtSnacks Ink collection stuff in a little, I'll show you. I have a little like container that I keep it all in because I keep bringing it because I rarely ever sketch at my desk. I do my live streams at the desk, but I'm doing my sketches usually, like, if I'm being honest, like laying on the floor with my cat or sitting on the couch. So I have my little container so I can bring all of the ArtSnacks stuff with me wherever I'm like working on it, because it's very rarely my desk. So we're gonna go in and I'm gonna lay down the stuff that I want to be black first before we do color. And that's where we'll start first. Plus that gives me, I can work out, I like doing this first because then I can work out where the colors are gonna go. Because for me, during this challenge, it's been easier to keep it simple. That is one of my tips, definitely, for any month-long drawing challenge, is keep it simple. Keep every day as simple as you can. Which, you know, when you only have, you know, with the ink collection, you only have the 2 colored inks, so you have to be really creative. So what I've been doing is just using splashes of color and not going, a couple of the days I went a little bit crazy and did like a whole ink wash in the background. I think 2 of the days I've done that, but for the most part, I have been trying not, as much as I love doing ink washes and like really nice gradients in the backgrounds and stuff, trying to keep it simple, because those can take a really long time. So I've been trying not to do those, because otherwise I will be doing this challenge until like next year. So that is my spiel about that. So we are just gonna lay down all of the bigger areas of black with the zebra pen, because I don't have black ink in my box as one of my colors. I have a blue and a red, like a bright red. So we're gonna do our blacks first. Okay. Well, I knew the hat was gonna be black, so that was easy. This is where I gotta think about what I want to do. I'm gonna do some of these books will be black, and I'll go in later and add more detail to these, but so this is gonna look like a mess right now. And this one too. And then this side. We'll do black bands on this. And this one can be black. And this one. Trying to kind of stay in the lines at least. And this bottom one will be black too. I might change my mind and add, and that can be black. Let's see. And this plant pot will be black. Oh, I missed a line right there. That's one thing I noticed once I erase all my sketch marks. After I do my basic line, my ink line work, I can see like there's a line there that's missing, there's a line here that's missing, it's missing right there, so we'll go in and fix that. So I think this one will make striped. So we'll do, and then another stripe here, and then I'll probably go in with the orangey red color and do, it'll be like a Halloween themed pot. Trying to stay in the lines. But it's okay if we don't, because we're just having fun with it. I want to make this one black too. See, I'm really glad I did my basic line work before I got on here with you guys, because I would be doing that ink line work probably for the whole stream. Oh, you guys have more names. Hold on. We've got Spooky Cutes. I do love that. Ghostinis. Spookaboos. Oh, you guys. Those are all such cute names. Gonna make it hard for me to decide. Let's see. We're gonna do this one black too. That way we have a bunch of contrast. Because I think my shelf is gonna be the orangey color. So, let's do a little bit of black on the bottom here. And we'll do this black too. There we go. Oh. I'll make sure. Get it close up. There we go. All right. I'm going to take, where's my 5? All right. I got one of the King Art fine liners. I have the 05. It's bothering me that this ghostie's eyes aren't all the way colored in. And his leggies, his little stick legs. Let's see, and his little stick legs. After we lay some color down, I'll probably add, I'll go back in and kind of make more of the lines thicker. But first, let me fix, we got some lines missing here. Let's fix this. We got this one over here that was missing. Let's see, and this over here, and then it was this one. Whoops. That's all right. I think that's all of them. Looks good. All right. Let's get some color going here. I'm gonna move this for a second. My handy dandy palette here. We're gonna mix these guys up. All right. Since orange, my orangey color is going to be, I'm going to put some drops in there. And then I'm going to do some more over here. And I'm going to do, so these are my 2 colors. Bright red, and I think this is Chinese blue. Yep. So these are my 2 colors that I've been working with the whole month. I'm going to see how much of a mess I make. Ooh. All right. Then I'm going to take my little water bottle here. We're going to add some water to this one and add some water to this one. All right. That I can tell is gonna need more, because this is still pretty blue. Because I'm going for like a purple. Whoops, it's a little too much. That's all right. Oh, there we go. Definitely gonna have to add a little more blue, and then we're gonna be good to go. Boop. Just one drop. Let's move these over here. Oh no, I added too much. That's okay. Let's see. Oh, actually, I like that. All right, so since this is very concentrated right now, I'm gonna use my little ink dropper, and I'm gonna drop some of it on this side. And then just add some water. So we have a lighter, see, I already got ink all over my desk. This is the way. All right. So we got all that mixed up. So let me get myself situated here. Put this over here. All right, I'm gonna take this, and I've been using this is why it has ink on it. I've been using it as a little barrier between the previous page. That way I'm not leaking into the next page, although that hasn't happened yet. This paper has held up pretty well, so. All right. I'm gonna get this like this. There we go. Just fixing this. There we go. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the coloring. We're gonna go in with the orange first. Now I keep saying orange. Technically this is bright red, but it looks kind of orange to me, so. And we're gonna go in and put in some color. And I'm gonna make an attempt to stay in lines, but it's all right if I don't. And I think I'm gonna make this whole shelf. We'll go in and add some shadows after, but. We're just laying down a base color. And we can always go back in and make it darker and add some shadows. I'm gonna try not to smear it, because that is something that I end up doing quite often. I don't know if it's because I'm right-handed. I always want to start on the right-hand side of the page, even though I should like start on the left. So when I go like this, I'm not smearing everything, but I never do. So if we smear it a little bit, oh well. Need more ink on my brush. There we go. All right, let's see if I can go around all these leaves, because I'm not sure. I might make all the plant leaves like my purpley color. I think that's probably what I'll do, because otherwise they're gonna blend in with my shelf. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for popping in to say hi and be so sweet. Hi, Tracy. Welcome to the stream. There we go. Get some of that liquid up. There we go. All right. Oh, we got some orangey color down. And while I am doing that, I'm going to very carefully try to make my blushy cheeks, because you know I got to add those. And this one's kind of hidden because these turn to the side. All right, let's see. We got some on this guy and this guy. I'll have to fix that, but that's okay. Oops. Definitely gonna have to fix that one, but that's okay. And this sleepy guy over here, sleeping under the plant shelf. All right. We got our blushy cheeks. I'm gonna actually make this red too. All right, let's see. I'm gonna make and everything's gonna look like it's kind of blending in together right now, but we'll add texture and darker color, and it'll start not looking like a big orange blob. And our little, oh, this little, I think this might be my favorite detail in this, is this little tiny terrarium, which is actually based off something I have on one of my bookshelves, because I went to, let's see, I think that's all the orange I want to do right now. I went to, it was like an oddities expo where they had all like, you know, like skull art and like weird jewelry and a lot of like terrarium, like kind of with dead bugs. There's probably a better way to put that, but anyways, I got a terrarium thing that's really cool, and it's got a beetle in it and this really cool piece of wood and all these dried mushrooms, and that is what inspired that, because I really like it. It's a very cool addition to my bookshelf. And I'm actually gonna make this black as well. Here we go. All right, clean off our brush. Now we're gonna go in, and I have to remember which of these purples I diluted down because I don't remember. I think it's this one. I don't have a scrap piece of paper this time. All right, let's test it out. Yep. Usually I have a little scrap piece of paper to test out what the ink looks like on the page before I put it down, but we're just gonna be super adventurous and just do it. And do a little shadow right there for his hat. The paper is not very happy with me because I kind of tore it up when I erased so much. So it's probably going to take the ink weird because the paper is kind of ripped up at this point. You can't really see it, but it's a little torn up. But we will make it work. So we're just adding some shadows with the really light, kind of dusty purple I made. I'll go in and fix this later. I'll do some under here, under his arm. Do it over there. We'll do some in here where this plant is. Put a little bit of shadow in there. There we go. Oh, and a little bit under his, because he's holding that. Add a little bit of shadow right there. Let's make it pop. Where else do I want? I want to put a little bit of shadow on him underneath. And a little bit of shadow on this guy, this little cutie. I will put in one of the little ghosts on when he's wearing the witch's hat. One sitting on top of the hat. I think it's so cute. There we go. And then add a little bit of shadow on this guy. There we go. A little bit of shadow on our little skull vase. I'm just thinking. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my darker. Nope, that's not dry yet, so I'm not gonna mess with that because I wanna be careful that I'm working in an area that's already dry. Otherwise I'm gonna smear the inks into each other. I did not do a good job keeping in the lines on that. That's okay, because that is what this step is for. At the end, when the ink dries, I'll take this white gel pen and kind of color over the really, really bad out of the lines that I did. And kind of clean it up a little bit. All right, we're gonna go in. We're gonna add our purple. And we're still just doing our like base layer of color. Figuring out where each of my two colors are gonna go because I only have the two. So I have to kind of think about where I wanna put them. Oh, that is a lot of ink on the brush. That's okay. And as and I've said it in prior live streams, but for people who haven't been to one yet, and this is your first live stream with me, if you're putting ink down and you put too much on your brush and you put it and it kind of splotches, there's like a big bubble of ink, just take your brush, clean it off, dry it a little bit, and then just put your brush and it will lift up some of the ink because your brush is dry. So it's gonna wick it onto your brush and then you can wipe it off and pull up some of that ink, which I have to do constantly because, well, I'll show you because I'm gonna, like right here, this is super dark. So I'm taking my brush, I'm wiping it off, bring it back over. Look at that. Pulls that ink right up. It's not gonna pull all of it up, but it, like the extra ink that's kind of like that's all congested together, like right here, and I definitely am not in the lines on this. I'm taking my brush and I'm drying it off and lifting up some of that. I am definitely gonna have to clean up that part because I did not stay in the lines. And like true to the challenge, I'm only using the stuff in the box. Besides my pencil to sketch, that's the only outside thing I'm using. So I only use this brush. So I have to be kind of careful because this brush is great, but it holds it is very good at holding color, which is awesome for when you're trying to cover a big spot. But you got to be careful when you're doing small spots because this bad boy can hold a lot of ink. And you can end up putting a whole bunch down that you're not trying to do. Oh, bye Lulu Candy. Thank you for hanging out for the time you did. Thank you. I hope you had a good time. Thanks for stopping by. I was happy to have you. See, look at that. Super dark. I take my brush and I wipe it off and I can pull up that ink. You just want to do it relatively quickly because, you know, if you let it dry, it's can't really pull it up after that. These leaves are definitely not going to be, I'm not going to color in the lines. It's going to be a mess, but there's a way, as I said, using the white gel pen, I'll be able to clean up some of the ink that I get out of the lines. So it's okay. I'll do some purple there. All right, we got, I'm just looking. We're doing good. We got a little over 20 minutes. Let's keep going then. I'm gonna see how this works. I don't know, I might use my darker purple and not the diluted one, but we're gonna try because I want to make the inside of the shelf darker. Oh, that might work. And I'm going in with my purple and I'm just going into the inside of the shelf to darken that up a little bit. To at least start darkening it up. And this is why I love working with ink, because I just slowly kind of build on it. Just like paint, like watercolor painting, I would suppose. There we go. Let's add a little bit there. It's adding a little bit of depth to our shelf. I'm kind of just like going around as stuff dries. So I'm gonna start adding a little bit of shadow to this. This little pile of dirt. And a little bit of shadow here on the pot. And pulling that up because I put too much water on it. Let's add a little bit of shadow by his ears on that pot. There we go. And we'll add a little bit of shadow on the band of the hat, like right here. Just a little bit, just a touch. There we go. All right, what do we got that's dry? All right. Figuring out what I want to do. Let's add a little bit of, whoop. Yeah, that's a great example. You can definitely see how much I just put on there, and I'm gonna take my brush, wipe it off, pull that up. There we go. Crisis averted. So I'm just going in and starting to put some shadows on stuff. Slowly but surely. That's still wet. All right. Now I'm going to take my less diluted purple. I feel like that's dry. And I'm going to go in and try to be a little bit more careful. I'm going to darken some of this up. And leave a little bit lighter. There we go. I'll do the same over here. I'm going to darken this side of the leaf. As I said, we're just like slowly building up some darker colors because it's always easier to start light and go dark than it is to start off dark, especially with this challenge. I'd have to, I don't even know what I would do. Probably just work with it. But moral of the story is it's a lot easier to start off light and then slowly build up darker colors on top. And this ink blends very well, like it works very well with that, to do that. And we're gonna try to be careful and add some darker parts of the leaves on here, making a mess. That's okay. And it adds a little bit of texture to it too. Makes it a little more interesting to look at. And we're gonna add a little bit of darker here. Just a little bit. And then over here, we're gonna add a little bit right there. Pull some of that up, because that's too much. And then we're gonna go over here. Actually, I have ink on the brush. And put a little, oop. There we go. All right. bit. And then I just noticed something that I wanted to add shadow to, so I'll wash my brush off and go into my lighter purple and add some shadow in here. I'm like, you can't tell, but this is a coffee cup that my little ghost put on the, it's got steam that I'm gonna use the white gel pen to color that in. But he left his coffee cup on the shelf. Silly ghost. All right. I'm gonna go in and make this a little bit darker. So I'm going in and I'm putting some more of my very diluted red to darken up some of this. I am gonna do it on my shelf too. I'm just nervous about doing it because we're just gonna do it. I think I'm gonna try to leave a little lighter area on the very edge, except for down here, because this is just kind of all in shadow right there. I'm gonna spin you guys around. There we go. Just going in, making this a little bit darker. Getting red all over these leaves. Oh well, it's all right. This is a no stress art situation. We are here to de-stress. So we are not going to stress if we go outside the lines or miss a spot or make a little bit of a mess. As Bob Ross always said, what does he say? Happy little accidents. I think that's what he says. And I try to take a little bit of that mentality into this. Because when I'm not trying to be a perfectionist, I have a lot more enjoyment out of doing my art. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably feel the same way. I'm sure. All right, let's see. What are we gonna do next? I'm thinking about making it darker inside, like in this part of the shelf. I'm gonna let this outside part dry a little bit first. Feeling all the stuff. If you see me going like this, I'm trying to see where's dry enough to work on. We're gonna darken up this part of the hat. Add a little more contrast. Yes, I like that a lot better. I am happy with that. All right. Let's see. What are we gonna do? I'm thinking. Are any of you guys on the live stream doing art right now? At the same time? Are you doing art alongside? Are you working on today's prompt? Are you working on a prior prompt? Are you working on something random? I like to think that we're all here doing art together as an art community. It's nice to think about it that way. That I'm over here doing my art and everybody else maybe is doing a little bit of art wherever you are. And we're all like doing art remotely together, hanging out. Oh yeah, there are people. Aaron's working on some stuff on the live, and Lizette is also, and Teresa. Oh, that's yay! We're all doing art together. I love it. I love it. It makes it even that much better. Just thinking that other people are doing art too. I don't know if I'm gonna regret making this darker or not, but we're going for it. And I know I'm probably, oh, that's the darker one. Whoops. Whoopsie. That's all right. And I won't be able to completely finish this on the live because I'm going to go back in once. I have to wait for it to dry so I can touch up my line work and make some thicker lines and add some texture. But I will be finishing this tonight. And of course, I'll be posting it both on my Instagram and on ArtSnacks Mix for you guys that are a part of ArtSnacks Mix. And if you're not, you should go take a look. I believe it's mix.artsnacks.co. If anybody in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the site. But you should definitely check it out. Great art community over there. Very positive. Everybody, it's just a great place to post art and comment on other people's art. So definitely check it out. Thank you, ArtSnacks. Mix.artsnacks.co. I don't know if I said it in the right order when I did say it, but that's it. And you can click on that link too. It's a clickable link, and that'll take you to Mix. Highly recommend. Very awesome, like close-knit art community over there. Super positive, just as I said, and yes, and as ArtSnacks said, it's free to join. Doesn't cost you a penny. And the other good thing about especially like during this monthly challenge is I post some stuff on Mix that I don't post on my Instagram. Like I've shared a couple of sketches before, like my preliminary sketches, just like stuff that not all the stuff I post on Instagram. So there's like extra stuff on Mix that I post. So definitely go check it out. Be a part of the community. It's awesome. Let's see. I'm smearing ink everywhere. It's good times. All right. We're going to go in and we're going to do a little bit of shadow right here. But when I guess the point I was trying to make, besides that you should go check out Mix, if you would like, is that when this is done later tonight, I'll post it on Mix. Because for all of the prompts this month, I always post on Mix first before I do Instagram. So if you want first dibs at what the finished piece looks like, that is where it will be. I'm pretty excited about how this is turning out so far. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty excited. I'm happy I got this far along on the live, because sometimes it takes me a while and I feel bad because I don't get as much done on the live with you guys. But I think this time I got a lot closer than I normally do. Because I want to be able to share the process with you guys, and that's why I do my sketches ahead of time, because otherwise we would be here forever. We would be here watching me sketch for like 3 hours. Oh, thank you, ArtSnacks, and thank you, Lizette. Thank you. I can't wait to see everybody's art for this prompt. I've seen some people's. I haven't been on social media too much today, but I've seen some. And that's, as I've said before, it's one of my favorite parts of doing this is like creating a prompt list that people are following along with and seeing all the art inspired by that prompt list and all the different ways that people interpret the prompts. And it's very inspiring because like I'll see stuff and I'm like, oh, I didn't even think to use the prompt that way. And like just all of these different pieces of art based on like 1 or 2 words. It's very cool. I love that people are tagging me on Instagram and Threads when they post. Keep doing that if you want, because that makes sure that I get to see it, because sometimes stuff gets lost in the, but yeah, I love seeing all of your guys' art. I think that's just as fun as doing it myself, is seeing what everyone else creates. It's so cool. And I appreciate you guys. Just letting you know. Appreciation. Shout out to all you guys for all of your support and like you just positivity and your kindness and doing what you do, doing art. I love it. And we are almost out of time. Let's see, we got like 2 minutes. I don't know how much more I'll be able to do on this, on the live, just because a lot of it is still kind of wet. And you can kind of tell because it's pulling up from the, it's kind of curling up a little bit. But I have a trick for that. I'm going to put something heavy on it when it's like mostly dry, and then it will kind of flatten it back out. But I think that's about as far as we'll get on the live. But as I said, I appreciate everybody who came to hang out, either for the whole thing or just part of it. As I said, you guys are awesome. You're the biggest reason why this is so fun, Otherwise, just be me doing art, on my lonesome. But it's everybody doing art together, and it's awesome. So I thank you for coming to hang out tonight with me. Add in some spooky cute to your Thursday night. I think the next live stream is I think it's on Thursday again. I'm pretty sure it is. I have to double check, but I think the next one is on Thursday again, and there'll be Toadstool. And you know how I love drawing mushrooms. See, boop, boop, boop. Yeah. Should I put in ground shadows or are they floating? This guy is floating. I'm probably going to add, once it dries a little bit, I'll probably add some light shadow like underneath here and probably right here and here. And maybe like, since he's floating, there might be one like right there. That's a good question though. Thank you, Rodney. Bye, Aaron. Oh, you're welcome, Lizette. Yes. And you're welcome, Aaron. I'm glad to be able to be here and do this for you guys. As I said, I have a blast. Well, we're pretty much out of time. So as I said, thank you for being here. Thank you for being awesome. And we'll see you again next week for the next live stream. And in the meantime, have fun, make your art, no pressure, just have a good time with it. That's the whole point of this. Just have a fun time. And I can't wait to see all your creations. All right, guys, bye. Have a good rest of your night. Bye, guys.